Welcome back, everyone. Ready to dive into a new book?
Yes.
Today, we're tackling marketing with AI for Dummies.
Oh, yeah.
I've got my notes, highlights, even some dog-eared pages
Oh,
ready to go. This one's for anyone who's feeling like AI is this big, confusing thing, especially in marketing.
I think a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, so this deep dive is all about like cutting through the noise and getting to the good stuff.
Love it.
The book does a good job with the basics, but we're going deeper, right?
Yeah.
We want actionable advice.
Mm.
The kind of stuff that'll make you the AI expert in your next meeting.
Yeah, like almost a cheat sheet for using AI in marketing.
Exactly. So the book kicks off with a little history lesson. Honestly, I was surprised. AI is older than I thought. Way older.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're talking 17th century calculators. Can you believe that?
Really?
The Pascaline. Apparently, it was this mechanical calculator, kind of like a grandpappy of all the automation we see today.
Huh, so the idea of automating stuff has been around for a long time.
Yeah, it's wild. And then we jump ahead, a couple of centuries, and we land on Alan Turing.
That's a name everyone's heard of.
Big name in AI.
And it sounds cooler than Blaise Pascal.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And Turing, right, his work during World War II, cracking the Enigma code, that was huge. Not just for, like, shortening the war, but it really pushed computer science forward.
That's true.
I mean, talk about high-stakes marketing, right? Imagine the campaign, crack this code, or...
I mean, yeah, it wasn't directly marketing, but it does show you the power of computers and how they can solve tough problems. Kind of what marketers have to do every day.
Yeah, that's a good point. So Turing laid the groundwork, and then things get even more interesting. AlphaGo. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, how could you forget that?
The AI that beat a Go champion. That game is so complex, it makes chess look easy.
It really does.
And AlphaGo, it was powered by deep learning, right? Which showed everyone that AI can do things we thought only humans could do.
Absolutely. That was a big deal for AI.
It's like the robots are rising up, but instead of Terminators, they're playing board games.
Right. I mean, AI can do more than we ever imagined.
So we've established AI is not just a buzzword. It's been around, and it can do some seriously impressive stuff. But how does all this affect businesses, especially in marketing?
That's the big question. And that's where things get really interesting. The book digs into how AI is already changing things, across different parts of a business, like customer service. I mean, think about chatbots.
Chatbots are everywhere.
I know. I had this conversation with a chatbot about my internet bill, and I swear I thought it was a human for like 20 minutes. I even apologized for keeping them late.
That's so funny. But yeah, AI is getting so good, it can perfectly mimic how humans talk. And for businesses, that means they can get things done faster and spend less money.
Makes sense.
So chatbots are doing all the boring stuff, and that frees up humans to do the more strategic thinking, right?
Exactly. It's like having an intern who never gets tired.
And never asks for a raise.
That too. The book also talks about how AI is changing software development. Like, there's AI that can write code now.
Wait, what? The robots are writing their own code now?
It sounds scary, but it's actually a big opportunity. Now, people who don't know a lot about coding can still build complex software.
Okay, so maybe it's not the robot apocalypse just yet. But think about what marketers could do if they had AI helping them write code, right? They could create their own tools and automate all sorts of things without needing a whole IT team.
Exactly. And it's not just that. The book also talks about AI's role in, testing new products. So with AI, you can run simulations and get insights into what users think about a product, which means companies can design better products and they don't waste as much time or money on products that people don't want.
So less risk, faster development, that sounds great.
Right. That's the idea.
But, let's get to the heart of it. Marketing in the age of AI. The book paints a pretty futuristic picture.
It does. We're talking AI writing content, headlines, emails, even, product descriptions.
Hold on, is AI going to steal my job? Will it start writing my podcast scripts for me?
I don't think so. It's more like a partner, It can help you be more creative, come up with ideas, and make sure your message is consistent.
So a brainstorming buddy, not a replacement. That's a relief.
Right. And then you've got the whole personalization thing. AI can take tons of data and figure out how to create marketing messages that really hit home with each person.
So it's like AI is reading minds and whispering, hey, this is what this person wants to hear.
Kind of. It's about getting the right message to the right person at the right time. That's what all marketers want.
Okay, so far, this is all sounding amazing. But I'm sensing a but coming.
Oh.
This level of personalization, right? It all relies on data.
Yeah.
And data can be tricky.
Yeah, you're right. Data is like the fuel for AI. If you have good data, AI can do amazing things. But if the data is bad, well, then AI will make bad decisions.
That's like that saying, garbage in, garbage out, right?
Exactly. And the book talks about how businesses get all this data, like web analytics, customer feedback, social media. It's a lot of information.
So every time we click on something online or like a post or leave a review, we're feeding the AI beast. It's like a digital cookie monster. But instead of cookies, it wants our data.
That's one way to think about it. But seriously, we have to think about privacy and how this data is being used.
Yeah, for sure. We don't want our data running wild.
Right. There need to be rules in place. People need to know how their data is being used, and they need to be able to say, no, don't use my data.
Okay, so data is super important, but what about all these other AI terms like machine learning, neural networks? Can you break those down for us?
Sure. Imagine teaching a computer to learn from experience. That's basically what machine learning is. You give it data, and it learns to make predictions or do tasks automatically, kind of like how we learn from our experiences.
So like training a digital puppy. Given enough data treats, and it learns to sit, stay, and fetch insights for you.
That's a good way to think about it. Then there are neural networks. They're modeled after how our brains work, a bunch of interconnected nodes that process information, recognize patterns, and learn over time.
So a digital brain, always making connections and learning from the data it gets.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit like a sci-fi movie, honestly.
Yeah, we're basically creating systems that can think and learn like we do, but much faster and on a much bigger scale.
Whoa, that's pretty mind-blowing. So these machine learning things, how do they work in, like, the real world?
Okay, imagine a conveyor belt with apples and oranges. A machine learning algorithm can analyze each fruit, looking at the shape, the color, the size, and then it can sort them automatically.
So no more humans sorting fruit.
Well, maybe fewer. It's faster and more efficient.
I can see that. Less arguing about whether something's an apple or an orange.
Exactly.
But are there examples that are more relevant to marketing?
Think about your email's spam filter. That's machine learning at work. It looks for patterns in emails and figures out which ones are spam.
So it's like a digital bouncer, keeping all the junk out of our inbox.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So machine learning is helping us stay organized, filter information, and it's doing it all automatically.
Okay, cool. So we've got machine learning sorting fruit and keeping spam out of our inboxes. What about NLP? The book mentions that a lot. What is that?
NLP stands for natural language processing. It's about teaching computers to understand human language.
So it's like the ultimate translator, breaking down the communication barrier between humans and machines.
You got it. NLP analyzes text and speech, and it figures out what it means, even what kind of emotions are behind the words. It's the technology behind things like chatbots, voice assistants, even those grammar checkers.
Oh, so when my phone tells me, did you mean, I can thank NLP for saving me from a typo.
Exactly. But it's not just about fixing grammar. NLP can be used to analyze customer reviews, social media posts, even emails. It helps businesses understand what customers are thinking and feeling.
Like a team of digital detectives, right?
Hmm.
Scouring the internet for clues about what customers really think.
Exactly. And the insights that NLP can get are super valuable for marketers. They can see trends, understand what's frustrating customers, even predict what customers might do in the future.
It's like a crystal ball. But instead of looking into the future, it's analyzing the past to make smarter decisions.
Right. And speaking of predicting the future, the book also talks about predictive analytics. AI can actually analyze past data and make pretty good guesses about what might happen in the future.
So not quite time travel, but close.
Let's call it data-driven forecasting. It's used to predict all sorts of things, like outbreaks of diseases, or who's going to pay back their loans, or even how much a company is going to sell next quarter.
Wait, so you're saying AI could have predicted that time I bought those neon green platform shoes in college? Oh, the fashion regrets.
Maybe. But on a more serious note, think about how marketers can use this. They can make better decisions about how to spend their money, where to target their ads, even what kind of new products to create.
So it's not just about knowing what happened yesterday. It's about using that knowledge to make better choices tomorrow.
That's the power of AI. It can unlock so much potential when you use it with data.
Okay, we've covered a lot here, from ancient calculators to predicting the future. It's been a wild ride. But the book really focuses on this thing called generative AI. Can you remind everyone what that is and why it's such a big deal?
Generative AI is like the rock star of the AI world. It's all about creating new content. Text, images, audio, you name it.
So instead of just analyzing data, it's actually creating things,
Ooh.
like a digital artist or musician.
Exactly. Imagine being able to automate all your content creation. You could have AI write your marketing copy, blog posts, social media updates, even compose music for your ads.
Wait, you mean AI could write a better jingle than that one that's been stuck in my head since 1998?
It's definitely possible. Generative AI is all about pushing the boundaries of what's possible with technology.
That's both exciting and a little scary.
Mhm.
What are some of the potential downsides? As this technology gets more powerful, should we be worried?
It's definitely a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be misused. One thing to watch out for is bias in the data that's used to train these AI systems. If the data is biased, the AI will make biased decisions.
So it's really important to make sure the data is diverse and reflects the real world, right?
Absolutely. And we also need to think about copyright. If AI is creating things, who owns the rights to those creations?
That's a good question. It seems like we're entering uncharted territory.
We are, and it's really important to be careful and responsible as this technology develops. We need to make sure it's used in a way that's fair, transparent, and accountable.
Great point. It's a good reminder that with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
Welcome back to our AI Marketing Deep Dive. Part 1, we covered a lot of ground, the history of AI, the big names, how it's already shaking things up.
It's amazing how much AI is already part of our lives.
I know, right?
Eh,
But now, let's get practical. How can we actually use AI in marketing?
that's where the rubber meets the road.
Exactly. In the book, it really stresses how important it is to understand your audience, like really understand them. And AI seems to be the key to doing that.
Absolutely. With AI, you can analyze all this data about your customers and find patterns you would never see on your own. You can go beyond just what they're doing and start to figure out why they're doing it.
So like a digital detective, right? Looking for clues to understand customer behavior.
That's a good way to put it. And those insights are like gold for marketers.
Can you give us an example? Like how would this work in the real world?
Okay, let's say you're an online store and you're noticing that a lot of people are adding things to their shopping cart, but then not actually buying them.
Oh yeah, the dreaded abandoned cart. It's like watching someone window shop and then just walk away.
Exactly. Now, with AI, you can dig into the data and see if there are any patterns. Like maybe there's a certain type of product that people are abandoning more often, or maybe there's a step in the checkout process that's confusing people.
So instead of just seeing the problem, you can use AI to understand why it's happening.
Right. And once you know the why, you can fix it. Maybe you offer free shipping on those products, or you simplify the checkout process.
It's like having an AI consultant whispering in your ear,
Right.
telling you what's wrong and how to fix it.
Exactly. And AI can also help with something called customer segmentation, which is all about dividing your customers into groups based on their shared characteristics.
So instead of sending the same marketing message to everyone, you can tailor your message to each group.
You got it. And AI can analyze the data and tell you exactly how to segment your customers.
It's like sending out personalized invitations to a party, but instead of paper invites, it's targeted ads and emails.
Exactly. You're making your marketing more effective because you're reaching the right people with the right message.
It's like a matchmaking service, but for products and customers.
I like that. And the book also talks about AI helping create what are called personas, which are detailed profiles of your ideal customer.
So it's like creating a fictional character who represents your target audience.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. And those personas, they help you get inside the heads of your customers. You can understand their needs, their desires, even their fears.
Okay, so we've got insights, segmentation, and personas, all powered by AI. It's like building a whole marketing strategy on a foundation of data-driven understanding.
And that foundation, it makes everything else you do more effective.
Right. But what about the execution? How can AI actually help us optimize our marketing campaigns and get better results?
That's where things get really interesting. There are AI tools that can analyze your campaigns in real time and tell you what's working and what's not.
So you don't have to wait weeks or months to see how your campaign is doing.
Exactly. You get instant feedback and you can make changes on the fly.
It's like having a digital marketing coach in your corner, giving you real-time advice.
That's a great way to put it. And the book also talks about AI-powered A/B testing. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, it's a pretty classic marketing technique. You test different versions of something to see which one performs better.
Right. So you might test different headlines or different images or different calls to action, and AI can analyze the results much faster and more accurately than a human could.
So we can say goodbye to those endless hours of analyzing spreadsheets.
Hopefully. And then there's the whole personalization thing we talked about earlier. AI can be used to personalize everything. The content on your website,
Mm.
the emails you send, even the product recommendations you show to each customer.
It's like having a personal shopper for every customer, right?
Exactly. AI looks at what customers have done in the past, what they've bought, what they've looked at, and it uses that information to create a unique experience for each person.
It's all about making each customer feel special.
Exactly. And that can really pay off in terms of customer loyalty and sales.
This is all great, but where do we even start? It feels a little overwhelming.
Mhm.
The book talks about an AI marketing maturity model. What is that exactly?
Well, it's kind of like a roadmap for businesses that are just starting to use AI in their marketing. It breaks down the process into stages, sort of like a rocket launch.
So there's a launch sequence for AI marketing.
Exactly. The first stage is ground control, which is all about laying the foundation. Figure out where you are now, what you want to achieve with AI, and make sure you have the right data infrastructure in place.
So before you even think about launching into AI, you need to make sure your launch pad is solid.
Exactly. Then comes fueling up. This is about getting the resources you need. Do you need to hire AI experts? Do you have the budget for new tools? Do you have buy-in from leadership?
Got it. Make sure your rocket has enough fuel to reach its destination.
Exactly. And then we have ignite the engines, which is where you actually start implementing AI solutions.
This is where we see AI in action.
Right. And finally, there's dominating deep space, which is when AI is fully integrated into your marketing.
So it's like becoming an AI marketing astronaut.
You could say that. At this stage, AI isn't just something you're experimenting with. It's a core part of how you do marketing.
This model makes it so much clearer. It's like a step-by-step guide to AI adoption.
It's a great starting point for any business that wants to use AI in their marketing.
Okay, so we have a roadmap. But what about specific tools? Are there any tools that our listeners can start using today? The book mentions a few, right?
It does. There are a ton of AI marketing tools out there. For example, if you need help with content creation, there are tools like ChatGPT and Jasper that can help you write marketing copy, blog posts, even social media updates.
So no more writer's block.
Well, hopefully less. And if you want to personalize your website or emails, there are tools like Dynamic Yield and Optimizely that can help with that.
And of course, there are tools for analyzing data, like Google Analytics and Adobe Analytics.
Right, those tools have been around for a while, but they're getting even more powerful with AI.
It's like having a digital marketing detective on your team, uncovering all the hidden clues in your data.
The key is to find the right tools for your specific needs and goals.
Right. Tools are important, but what about skills? What kind of skills do you need to be successful with AI marketing?
The book talks about this, and it basically says you need a mix of technical skills and soft skills. On the technical side, you need people who understand data science, machine learning, and how to develop AI systems.
So you need the brainiacs who can make the AI magic happen.
Yeah, you need those people. But you also need people who are creative, strategic, and understand how marketing works and how people behave.
So it's like a blend of left brain and right brain thinkers, the data scientists and the creative marketers working together.
Exactly. You need a team that can bridge the gap between technology and marketing.
This all sounds great, but I'm sure there are challenges too, right?
Yeah.
Implementing AI, it can't be all sunshine and roses.
You're right. There are definitely challenges. One of the biggest is data quality. We talked about this before, but it's worth repeating. If your data is bad, your AI will be bad.
So you need to make sure your data is clean and organized before you even start thinking about AI.
Another challenge is finding people with the right skills. There's a big demand for AI talent right now, and it can be tough to find people who know what they're doing.
Especially for smaller companies, right?
Yeah.
They might not have the resources to hire a whole team of AI experts.
Exactly. And then there's the whole issue of change management. Implementing AI, it changes how people work. And sometimes people resist change.
It's like trying to teach an old dog new tricks, right?
Kind of. So you need to be really thoughtful about how you introduce AI to your team. You need to communicate clearly, provide training, and make sure everyone understands how AI can benefit them.
Okay, so challenges, we've got them. But let's end on a positive note. What are some of the most exciting opportunities that AI offers to marketers?
One of the most exciting is hyper-personalization, which we touched on earlier. AI can help us create marketing experiences that are so personalized, it's like we're reading each customer's mind.
It's like the ultimate form of marketing, right?
Yeah,
Reaching each customer on a truly individual level.
exactly. And another exciting opportunity is the rise of autonomous marketing systems. Imagine AI that can actually run your entire marketing department, making decisions and taking actions on its own.
Wait, are you serious? Are we talking about robots replacing marketers? Should I be worried about my job?
I don't think robots will fully replace marketers, at least not anytime soon, but I do think we'll see a shift towards a more collaborative model where AI and humans work together.
So it's not about AI versus humans. It's about AI and humans working together.
Exactly. AI can handle the data crunching and the routine tasks, and that frees up human marketers to focus on the big picture, strategy, creativity, and building relationships with customers.
Like a perfect partnership, right? The power of AI combined with the human touch.
Exactly. And as AI continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more exciting opportunities emerge.
This has been an incredible conversation. I feel like I'm starting to see the potential of AI in marketing, but I'm still a bit overwhelmed. What are some practical steps that marketers can take today to prepare for this AI-powered future?
That's a great question. The book offers some great advice. The first thing is to embrace a data-driven mindset. Start collecting as much data as you can about your customers, your campaigns, and your overall marketing performance.
Data is king, right? We've been hearing that a lot. AI needs data to thrive.
Exactly. And then start experimenting with AI tools. Don't be afraid to try new things. There are a lot of great tools out there, and many of them are free or very affordable.
So dip your toes in the AI waters, see what works for you.
Exactly. Start small, learn as you go, and don't be afraid to ask for help.
And keep learning, right? The world of AI is constantly changing, so we need to keep up.
Absolutely. Read books, take courses, attend conferences, whatever it takes to stay ahead of the curve.
It's like going back to school, but for AI.
Kind of. And most importantly, remember that AI is a tool. It's up to us humans to use it responsibly and ethically.
Well said. AI is powerful, but we need to use that power for good.
Exactly. The future of AI in marketing is bright, but it's up to us to shape that future in a way that benefits everyone.
Welcome back to the final part of our AI marketing deep dives.
Part 3, the grand finale.
I know. In parts 1 and 2, we covered a lot. We talked about the history of AI, how it's being used in marketing, the ethics, all that good stuff. But now, we're stepping into the future. What's next for AI in marketing?
Buckle up. The book goes beyond just what AI can do today and talks about some really futuristic possibilities.
I'm ready for the mind-blowing stuff. Lay it on me.
Okay, well, remember how we talked about personalization?
Yeah, like AI helping us tailor messages to each person.
Right. Well, imagine that, but on a whole new level. Hyper-personalization. We're talking about marketing messages that change in real time
Yeah.
based on all sorts of factors like what mood the customer is in, where they are, even the weather.
Hold on, so you're saying, like, if it starts raining, my phone will magically start suggesting umbrellas and cozy cafes. That's kind of amazing and a little bit creepy.
It is a bit of both. But the book makes it clear that as we get into this hyper-personalized world, ethics are going to be super important.
Yeah, we don't want to end up in a dystopian future where AI is manipulating us.
Right. We need transparency. We need to give people control over their data and make sure AI is being used responsibly. But let's move on to another big trend, autonomous marketing systems.
Autonomous. Wait, does that mean AI running entire marketing departments without any human involvement?
Well, not quite. But the book suggests that AI will be able to handle a lot more complex tasks in the future. Think about it. AI that can analyze market trends, look at all the data about customers, and even create and run whole marketing campaigns.
So are we training our AI replacements?
I wouldn't worry about that just yet. The book stresses that while AI will automate a lot of things, human marketers are still going to be crucial. It's more about collaboration. AI does the heavy lifting with data and routine tasks, and humans focus on strategy, creativity, all the things that AI can't do.
Okay, that makes me feel better. So it's not AI versus humans. It's more like AI becomes our super smart assistant.
That's a good way to think about it. You'll have a team of AI helpers working with you, giving you insights, making recommendations, maybe even coming up with creative ideas.
I'm all for having an AI sidekick. So what about all those other crazy technologies we hear about, like quantum computing, augmented reality, virtual reality? Are those just buzzwords, or will they actually affect marketing?
The book talks about how these technologies could totally revolutionize marketing. For example, quantum computing. That's all about processing information at unbelievable speeds.
So we're talking about analyzing huge amounts of data in seconds, making decisions instantly, and creating those hyper-personalized experiences we were talking about.
Exactly. And then think about AR and VR. They can create these totally immersive brand experiences. You can blur the lines between the real world and the digital world.
Okay, I need an example. How would that actually work in marketing?
Imagine you're selling furniture. Instead of just looking at pictures online, your customers can use augmented reality to see what the furniture would look like in their own homes.
So no more guessing whether that new sofa will fit in your living room.
Right. Or take virtual reality. You could create experiences that transport people to different places. Like imagine letting customers virtually experience a vacation at a luxury resort before they book it.
That would definitely be more exciting than just looking at a brochure.
Exactly. The point is, these technologies can make marketing more engaging, more memorable, and more personal.
It's all very exciting, but also kind of scary, right? Like technology is moving so fast, it's hard to keep up.
It can be overwhelming, but the book reminds us that the most important thing is to be curious, to keep learning, and be ready to adapt.
So it's not about being an expert in every new technology. It's about being willing to try new things and learn as you go.
Exactly. The future of AI in marketing is full of possibilities, but it's also going to be challenging. The people who succeed will be the ones who can adapt and embrace the changes.
I love that. So as we wrap up this amazing deep dive, I want to circle back to something we've been talking about throughout the episode. Ethics in AI.
It's probably the most important thing to keep in mind.
AI is getting so powerful, we need to make sure it's being used for good.
The book really stresses the importance of transparency. Companies need to be open about how they're using AI and data, and accountability. If something goes wrong, someone needs to be responsible. And fairness. We need to make sure AI isn't being used to discriminate against anyone.
It's not just about the technology itself, it's about how we use it.
Exactly. The future of AI in marketing is bright, but we need to make sure it's a future that benefits everyone.
I completely agree. So there you have it, folks. Our deep dive into marketing with AI for Dummies is complete.
We covered so much.
I know. We started with the history of AI, learned how it's changing marketing today, and even got a glimpse of what the future holds.
It's an exciting time to be a marketer.
It really is. And if you're feeling inspired to learn more, don't forget to subscribe to our One Book a Day YouTube channel for more deep dives like this one. And if you want to become an AI marketing expert, check out the link in the episode description to buy Marketing with AI for Dummies on Amazon.
Thanks for joining us.
And until next time, happy marketing.